Hey Sam. I'm glad you're here today. We have an interesting word to learn.
Linie.
Hi Alex.
Linie.
What does it mean?
Great question.
Linie.
Primarily means line in English. It can refer to a physical line, like a drawing or a border, or even a line of text. The most common usage is for a line on a page or in a graph. Just be careful, because it can sometimes be confused with line in the sense of a queue or a waiting line, which is different.
Oh, I see. So it sounds pretty straightforward. Is there anything special about the grammar?
Yes, there is.
Linie.
Is a feminine noun, so it takes the article.
Die.
The plural form is.
Linien.
For example, you would say,
Die Linie.
for the line and,
Die Linien.
for the lines. In the present tense, you might say,
Ich ziehe eine Linie.
which means I draw a line.
What about the past tense?
In the prateritum, you would say,
Ich zog eine Linie.
meaning I drew a line. And in the perfect, it would be,
Ich habe eine Linie gezogen.
the word
Ziehen.
means to draw or to pull, and it's a common verb used with.
Linie.
I didn't know that. Where does the word
Linie.
come from?
It's fascinating.
Linie.
Comes from the Latin word,
Linea.
which means a line or string. The term has been part of the German language since the Middle Ages, evolving in meaning along with the development of written language and art.
That's really cool. I love learning about the history of words.
Me too. The evolution of language tells us so much about culture and communication.
So, how can we break down the word?
Linie.
Actually,
Linie.
is a simple word and doesn't really break down into smaller parts like a compound word would. But if we think of it as a Lego piece, you could think of it as a building block that represents a straight path or direction.
That makes sense.
Now, let's look at some similar words. There are several that share the same root.
Lin.
For example,
Linear.
means straight or direct, and
Linienbus.
which is a bus that follows a specific line or route.
What about more examples?
Sure. How about
Linienrichter.
meaning line judge in sports? Then there's
Liniennetz.
which refers to a network of lines, like in transport systems. Other examples include
Linienführung,
meaning line management and
Liniengrafik,
which refers to a line graph.
Wow, that's a lot of words.
Yes. And don't forget
Linienoperation,
which means line operation in mathematics. Each of these words builds on the concept of a line.
How would I use
Linie,
in real-life situations?
Great question. Imagine you're at a museum and you want to describe a painting. You could say,
Die Linien sind sehr klar.
meaning the lines are very clear.
Let me try.
die Linien sind schön.
Perfect. Another situation could be when you're drawing. You might say,
Ich zeichne eine Linie.
meaning I am drawing a line.
I think I can do that too.
Ich zeichne eine Linie.
Exactly. And a third situation could be discussing a bus route. You could say,
Die Linie 5 fährt zur Stadtmitte.
which means line 5 goes to the city center.
This is fun.
Die Linie 5 fährt hier.
Good job. Now, let's talk about the gender of.
Linie.
Since it's feminine, you can remember it with the ending, which is often feminine in German. A mnemonic could be to imagine a lady drawing a line.
That's a funny image.
It helps, right?
Are there any common phrases that use
Linie.
Yes, there are. You might hear phrases like,
In der Linie bleiben.
meaning to stay in line, or
Grenze der Linie.
which means the border of the line.
What about similar words that are often confused?
A commonly confused word is,
Leitung.
which means leadership or line of authority. Remember,
Linie.
refers to a physical line, while
Leitung.
is more abstract.
Got it.
Now, let's practice with some example sentences. How about I give you a few, and you can repeat or create new ones?
Sounds good.
Here's the first one.
Die Linie ist sehr lang.
Meaning, the line is very long.
Die Linie ist sehr lang.
Excellent. Now,
Ich habe die Linie gezogen.
means I drew the line.
Ich habe die Linie gezogen.
Perfect. And how about?
Wo ist die nächste Linie?
Which means, where is the next line?
Wo ist die nächste Linie?
You're doing great. Now, let's do a quick recall check. What's the plural of?
Linie.
Linien.
Correct. What gender is?
Linie.
Feminine.
Yes. Can you give me the past tense of?
Ziehen.
Ich zog.
Right again. Now, what does
Linienbus.
mean?
A bus that follows a line.
Exactly. And finally, can you give me an example of a sentence using
Linie.
Die Linie ist wichtig.
Fantastic! You've really grasped the word
Linie.
today. Remember, it's a versatile term that can be used in many contexts.
Thanks, Alex. I feel much more confident with it now.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and soon, you'll be using it like a pro.